All right, Scott. Looks like we're lost out at sea, my friend. Scott, you and I checked out Windbound over on the Google Stadia. This is a unique survival game, buddy. What are you thinking of Windbound?
Yeah, this is a interesting action adventure kind of crossover game
Mm,
where you're left to explore these big expanses of ocean and kind of figure out the secret of these islands to progress further and further, trying to get back to your tribe. It's a really interesting take on an adventure category game. I had not heard of this one before picking it up, but it's now ingrained in there as a really nice, chill kind of experience.
yeah, no, absolutely. It was cool. The way that the game starts off is that you and your tribe set out at sea, and this creature, kraken-like thing, comes and disrupts everything and sends you in one direction and your tribe in another. And then you're out to survive on these islands, collecting these. I almost call them like orbs or these. I don't know. You head to this tower, anyways, but there's 3 of them per chapter you got to collect. That allows you to progress in the story, but you're trying to find your tribe while out and about trying to survive. And the sea is a unique feeling to be out there, because when you get too far and the wind starts to really pick up, it can really throw you around as well. I had a good time playing this, Scott. For the most part, it was really chill. I found the ability that I was able to get into the game, relax a little bit, and then when it came to the combat, I tend to struggle, to be honest. It was a little harder than I anticipated.
Yeah, it is an interesting blend. There is this duality between kind of just at your leisure exploring the oceans and going to these islands just as like a nice friendly experience.
Yeah.
And then that mashed with fighting some of the creatures that you come across on these islands. And it's very, I don't want to say unforgiving, but you have to be careful with your offensive nature. And you have to very methodically pick your battles, especially at the start when your weaponry is low.
Yeah.
You feel pretty underhanded as the marooned type person just trying to survive. So the very beginning of the game is a lot of collecting resources and crafting what you can, and that opens up your possibilities further on in the game and kind of gets you more of a combat edge. I thought that was really interesting, and a lot of the fighting you do is to get some special items that
Yep.
you need to get you the higher level gear. So it's all for a purpose. It doesn't feel like you're just grinding away at nothing. It's all working towards something.
Scott, one of the biggest things for me is always the art style, and that really drew me in. It allows everything to feel this calm, warming effect when you're in the game, and the art style is so unique. It's very cool. It's so charming. When you set out to sea, one of the issues I had were actually the sound. The music, the piano in the background that plays, just became really dull and repetitive. That is my only gripe with the game. What did you think about the overall appearance and sound effects within the world?
I really enjoy the way everything kind of has that wispy. I'm not sure what the style is actually called for it. It's not quite cel shading, but
Yeah.
it's something very Nintendo-esque, which is a
Sure.
very appealing nature to my eyes. At least I enjoyed that, and being out on the ocean, that really blended well.
Mhm.
I agree with you on the music, though. It was not the most exciting, and sometimes it could have used a little bit of a push based on your discoveries. Coming up to an island could have had an interesting sound, something that would have gotten into my head and stayed there. But for the most part, it's just this kind of calming piano noise. But it was overall, I think, put together really well, and it complemented the kind of solitary nature of the game.
Yep.
So if I'm gonna have to give this one a score, based on the gameplay that kind of pulled me in and the look and feel of the game, I'm there with an 8. I actually really enjoyed this one, and I'm gonna be going back for more to get into the end of that storyline that's just so subtly in there.
No, absolutely. That was really cool. I didn't expect you to go that high. I gotta be honest. I'm up there as well. I had a good time with the game. The art style, something like this, is so unique, always draws me in. The music to me was a little off-putting, to be honest, when I was out at sea. You want something that's a little It's hard to explain until you hear it, right? But this piano was just repetitive, and I didn't think it was the correct sound when you're out there. I wanted something else, something a little more, maybe with some wind sound effects or some strings in there, something along that line. But that's just personal preference for me. Overall, the game runs really well. The art style, like I said, is cool. The combat, though, can be punishing at times, and it punished me down to a 7.5. A calm and gratifying exploration experience with survival mechanics and hard combat.